All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're talking about something we all deal with every single day, our digital identity. And look, it might feel like it's been the same forever, but I'm telling you, right now, we are at a massive, massive turning point. Everything is about to change.
So, just think about it for a second. Be honest. How many passwords are you juggling right now? 10, 20, maybe more? It's this constant, frustrating dance, right? Create a password, forget the password, reset the password. It's a universal headache we've all just kind of accepted. But what if I told you
that whole idea is about to become a thing of the past? I'm serious. The age of the password, the thing that's been the bedrock of our online security for decades, is finally ending. And what's taking its place is part of a much, much bigger story.
See, this isn't just one thing happening. We're actually seeing three huge forces all hitting at the same time, completely reshaping what it means to be you online. You've got the passwordless revolution, that's what's happening right now. Then there's the quantum security race, that's what's coming next. And finally, the rise of machine identity, which is, well, something totally new.
So, here's the game plan for today. We're going to break down each of these forces. We'll start with why passwords are disappearing, then dive into the wild world of quantum computing. After that, we'll talk about why machines suddenly need their own IDs, and then we'll tie it all together to see what this new world of digital trust is actually going to look like.
Okay, first up, the passwordless revolution. And I want to be super clear here. This is not some far-off futuristic idea. This is happening right now, powered by a technology you've probably already used, maybe without even knowing it.
And that technology is called a passkey. Now, this isn't just a better password, it's a total replacement. Here's the deal. Instead of a secret you have to remember, a secret that can be stolen, a passkey creates two linked keys. One is public and sits on the website server. The other is private, and it never, ever leaves your phone or your computer. And that's the magic trick. There's no secret password for a hacker to steal in a data breach.
And when you put them side by side, the difference is just night and day. The old way with passwords, totally vulnerable to those fake login pages and phishing scams. The new way with passkeys, basically phishing-proof, because that private key is locked down. Instead of trying to remember some crazy complex password, you just use your fingerprint or the PIN you already used to unlock your device. It's actually simpler and way more secure. It's a total game changer.
And this isn't just theory. Look at these numbers. Companies using passkeys are seeing people sign in 73% faster. I mean, think about all that time saved. But here's the real kicker for businesses. Those annoying, I forgot my password calls to the help desk, they've dropped by an incredible 81%. That is a huge win for everyone involved.
Okay, so passkeys are solving the problems we have today. But what about the threats of tomorrow? This brings us to our second big force, the quantum security race. I know, it sounds like something straight out of science fiction, but the threat here is terrifyingly real.
The whole strategy revolves around this really ominous idea called harvest now, decrypt later. It's exactly what it sounds like, and it basically turns today's stolen data into a ticking time bomb.
Here's how it works. Step 1. Bad guys are stealing massive amounts of encrypted data right now. Financial records, health info, government secrets, you name it. It's all scrambled, so it's useless to them today. Step 2. They just sit on it. They wait. They're waiting for the day that a quantum computer powerful enough to break today's encryption finally gets built. And when that day comes, boom, step 3. All that data they stole years ago is suddenly an open book. All your secrets revealed.
So how on earth do you fight a threat that's still on the horizon? Well, the answer is something called post-quantum cryptography, or PQC. This is a whole new breed of security, with algorithms built from the ground up to be tough enough to withstand an attack from a quantum computer. It's like we're building the locks for tomorrow's threats today.
All right, on to our third force, and this one might be the one that surprises you the most. We've been talking about our identities, human identities, but what happens when the machines themselves start needing their own identities? This has created a whole new, and frankly, massive challenge.
Just let that number sink in for a minute. 80 to 1. So what does that mean? In a lot of big companies right now, for every single human employee with a digital identity, there are as many as 80 non-human machine identities. 80!
And what's causing this explosion? Well, it's the rise of so-called agentic AI. These are autonomous systems, bots and services that can act on their own. They can spin up new servers, execute financial trades, all without a human pressing a button.
And to do that, they need their own permissions, their own identities. And trying to keep track of all of them has become a gigantic governance nightmare.
And if you don't govern these AI identities, the risks are just enormous. You're talking about all-powerful AI accounts with privileged access that nobody's watching. It creates a huge new surface for hackers to attack, and if something goes wrong, how do you even know which AI did what? There's no accountability. A compromised AI could just wander around your network, and you'd never even know. So let's pull all this together. We've got a passwordless present, a quantum future to prepare for, and this explosion of machine identities. This brings us to the big question. How do we weave all of this into a single, strong foundation for digital trust?
And this is probably the most important thing to get. These are not three separate issues we can solve one at a time. The move away from passwords, the race to build quantum-proof security, and the need to manage AI identities, they are all converging. They're flowing together into one single, massive transformation of what trust even means online.
This is exactly why industry-wide standards are so critical, led by groups like the FIDO Alliance. They're the ones building the unified playbook to tackle all three of these challenges together. You can see here, they're pushing for quantum-ready standards. They're making sure passkeys work everywhere for everyone, and they're connecting the dots between today's security and future threats like all those AI agents.
So when you boil it all down, the future of our digital identity really has to have these three things. It absolutely must be phishing-proof to handle the problems we have right now. It has to be quantum resilient to protect our data from the threats of tomorrow. And it's got to be AI-aware, so we can safely manage this new population of digital citizens.
And really, it all comes down to a fundamental change in how we think. I love this quote. Identity is now an ecosystem challenge and an ecosystem opportunity. It's not just about you and a password anymore. It's about securing this incredibly complex world of people and devices and AIs all interacting with each other. The real question for all of us is, how do we build that ecosystem to be trustworthy, to be resilient, and to be ready for whatever comes next?